Well, according to the president, he says his first request to Xi Jinping is going to be to, quote, open it up. I think really, though, what this relationship is about is managing the competition between these two economies. And we saw that play out last year. And right now they're in the middle of a détente when it comes to things like export controls. All of this lasts till October. So potentially we're going to see an extension of that. So I think they'll first tackle some of the easier items. The Treasury Secretary met today with He Fang, his counterpart in terms of this trade relationship in Seoul. So that was really the meeting before the big meeting. Yeah. And normally the Chinese would want all of this done. The T's crossed, the I's dotted months ago, and then tomorrow would be purely ceremonial. But the fact that the Treasury Secretary's meeting came just mere 24 hours before Xi Jinping and President Trump sat down together for some of these final discussions adds some unpredictability and spontaneity into this trip. And I think we've already seen that with this president, given the fact that he picked up Jensen Huang in Alaska on his refueling stop on the way to Beijing.
Yeah, bouncing off that, no fewer than 12 CEOs are accompanying Trump on this trip. What might actually get done? Because it's only 2 days, and that's an awful lot of folks.
So I think when it comes to the executives, you can look at who's coming and really try to understand what the administration is wanting to walk away with. The Boeing CEO, obviously, we have lots of reporting that they're teeing up a massive deal here in Beijing in terms of Boeing jets. You have the Cargill CEO. There have been talks between Washington and Beijing for China to increase their purchases of agriculture from the United States. So the big purchases is definitely what this president would want to see. When you have other individuals, though, like Dina Powell of Meta is coming, I think that is very interesting, given the fact that China just ended the deal of Meta's $2 billion for Manus. So potentially this is to massage some issues that some companies are having with China. And then, of course, the individual like Elon Musk, massive infrastructure here when it comes to Tesla, their Shanghai factory. He's looking for approval from Chinese regulators later in the year for autonomous driving. And then obviously with Jensen Huang, you have to think, are chips back on the table? Is it whether or not the Chinese are going to allow firms to buy the H200? Or potentially, is the president willing to go as far as to allow Chinese firms to buy the more advanced chips like the Blackwell?